Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be continuing into part 11 of What If Bulma Wished for a Boyfriend. If you haven't seen part 10, there's a title card where you can go check it out and see what happened in the last part. But today we'll be going into the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 saga. Y'all may be asking, what about the Resurrection F saga? Who will make up the Universe 7 team? Will they be able to win the tournament easily here? Also, I own a Discord server for anyone who wants to join and talk more about Dragon Ball with me and other viewers. Maybe give out some of your own ideas of what ifs, and maybe in the future I could do them. Check the link in the description down below. For today's question of the video is from Actually No One 3240. What characters do you think had the most potential but turned out to be wasted in the main story? And that's pretty easy for me. I would say Goten and Trunks, especially the normal timeline versions of them, as I would say that they should have the same amount of potential, or if not more, than Gohan, as they're also half Saiyans. And when they were conceived, Goku and Vegeta were Super Saiyans at the time. I feel like if they had the attention that Gohan had, they would have been no doubt easily surpassed everyone, and could easily surpass everyone if they were given the chance to actually start training and grow more as characters, because seeing how far their fathers could get, they could aim to go farther. So I feel like if they had a story, or if they were given a more light to be shined under, they would have had crazy potential, but it was just, they were just not lucky enough to get their own, story in the main story, which I feel like was wasted potential, as they could have just been amazing fighters growing up. And yeah, that's the answer to my question. Thank you so much for the comment. If you want your comment to be featured in the next video, just comment down any question you would like me to answer. And if you're lucky enough, your comment will be picked in the next video. Without further ado, let's dive into part 11 of What If Bulma Wished for a Boyfriend. In the last part, we ended off with some of the Z Fighters traveling to Beerus' planet to train under the God of Destruction. It has been some time since Beerus woke up, and everyone present has grown a whole bunch. Goku, Vegeta, and Raditz all learned God Ki and even obtained the new form, with it being the Super Saiyan Blue form. Broly was actually taken under Beerus while the others trained under Whis. Beerus had a liking for Broly with his power and thought it would be interesting to try to teach him Destruction Ki. Yamcha, Krillin, Goten, and Bra also grew a lot in their time on Beerus' planet. Yamcha and Krillin learned to try to master their Beast form, while the two young Saiyans also learned God Ki and mastered the Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2 forms. I wouldn't say that they could transform into the Super Saiyan God yet, as they are still quite young to do so. Eventually, they would have to return to Earth, as they were gone for a few months. Now, as the Earthlings would bring them back, but they would come back with some new guests, being Gohan and Trunks, as they took some time off from their normal lives to continue to train and grow stronger, with them now starting their godly training. This would continue onwards until they had some surprise visitors, with it being a female angel and another God of Destruction that looks like Beerus, but a lot more fatter. They introduced themselves to be Champa and Vados from Universe 6. The Universe 6 part caught the attention of everyone, as they were pretty confused. Now wait a minute, Wrathful, what about the Resurrection F saga? Well, that whole story doesn't really happen. In this timeline, with Frieza and Cold bringing their army to Earth to try to kill off the Saiyans not working, good chances they might have brought their entire army. But if there were any surviving members of Frieza's army, they wouldn't do anything in this timeline. Without the Z Fighters on Earth talking about the Dragon Balls when Raditz first arrived, Frieza would never learn about the Dragon Balls, and so wouldn't his army. If there were any still out there, they would not be going out searching for any Dragon Balls, as they never got any hints or confirmations that they really exist. They would never travel to Earth and resurrect him at all. Back to the story, Whis would explain to the others about the other 11 universes that they are, which completely shocked them, as they didn't think there were more universes out there. Like normally, Beerus and Champa would be arguing between each other about who has the better universe, as they were about to start a fight until their respective angels warned them that it was against the rules. They would try to settle it with their food competition, but that too would not work out for them. Until both Goku and Vegeta would suggest a tournament between the fighters from each universe, which the two gods liked the idea. They agreed on a 5-man team on each side to compete in this tournament, and whoever would win would have all the Super Dragon Balls. Once Champa leaves, Beerus gets serious and begins to think on who to put on his 5-fighter team, as he does have many options here compared to the canon timeline. He instantly picks Broly, Goku, Vegeta, and Raditz, but still needs one more fighter. Gohan and Trunks would decline, as they believe there are better options. Goku would suggest Majin Buu, but Vegeta would shut that down, saying Buu is strong, but he isn't exactly an intelligent being and may not understand the tournament rules. Yamcha barges in a bit annoyed that they forgot about him and Krillin, as they would apologize. Krillin wouldn't mind sitting out on this and allowed Yamcha to be the 5th fighter, for this tournament. So the team would be made up of Broly, Goku, Vegeta, Raditz, and Yamcha. But the lineup for the tournament in order would be Goku, Yamcha, Vegeta, Raditz, and Broly. Like in the normal timeline, everyone would go to watch the tournament, and for the fighters sitting out on this event, they would spectate to see what type of fighters that another universe would have. Here, taking the test prior, everyone would pass with the person almost failing being just Broly, but since he and Goku has been around the Brief family a lot more, they would not be as dumb as they were in canon. Going through the tournament, Goku's first fight would be against Universe 6's first fighter, Botamo. Goku would start off attacking Botamo, but would quickly see how his attacks would have no effect on him, even going as far as powering up in his Super Saiyan form. But not even that is enough. He would soon realize that any physical attacks won't have an effect on him, so knowing how this is a tournament with the basic rules, he would end up pushing Botamo down and begin picking him up and pushing him off the arena, winning the first match. Moving on to the next fight, Goku would be going up against Frost. Now this would change a bit, mainly with the fact that Goku doesn't trust Frost at all. After hearing all the bad stuff Frieza did, and especially what he did to his brother, he didn't like Frieza one bit. And knowing how evil Frieza was, hearing this person who is like Frieza being good is hard for him to believe, so he would just keep his guard up with him and would just want to end the fight fast. When the others saw Frost, they grew shocked that even in another universe, there are more people like Frieza. Seeing Frost gave Raditz some flashbacks back to when he served under Frieza, shaking his boots, but then he remembered how far he has grown since then, and tries to calm down, knowing things have changed, but the reminders he had were all permanent all over his body. Goku remains with a serious composure, not even sparking a conversation with Frost, and not even poking him to transform. Once the fight started, Goku instantly powered up into a Super Saiyan state, and with an angry look, rushed down at Frost, and with one strong punch to the face immediately sent him flying out of the arena, winning the match for Universe 7. Goku would power down and just walk away from Frost as he is still trying to recollect himself. Even though Frost never reveals his true self here, the others do not trust him being a good guy in his universe. With their instincts being correct, it allowed them to avoid Frost's cheating methods to win in the tournament, but this could be a good thing, at least for Frost in the future. Moving on to the next match would be Goku against Alto Magetta. When the fight began, Goku immediately rushed at Magetta, but quickly felt an immense sense of heat coming over him, as he would back up seeing that Magetta had some strong heat contained inside of him, so he had to think of another way to beat him. He would try to shoot a Kamehameha wave at him, but even that wasn't going to cut it out. This would make Goku say a negative remark out loud towards him, and this would reveal his weakness of mean comments. This caught Goku off guard as he never faced an opponent who was sensitive to some words. Even though this wasn't really like him, he began shouting out mean comments to Magetta until he couldn't take it anymore and got out of the arena crying, letting Goku to win again, but he would apologize to Magetta. Champa would begin to grow furious at his team for just losing to just one person, as the next fighter would appear, being Kaba. Goku learned that Kaba is also a Saiyan, and this surprises Vegeta and Raditz, as they would want to talk about how Kaba looks like he's wearing the old Saiyan clothing and would like to speak with him after the tournament. Goku was interested about these Saiyans from another universe. Here, just like how Vegeta kind of trained Kaba in the original timeline, Goku would do the same. He would push Kaba to try to obtain the Super Saiyan form. This whole moment would be very similar to when Goku pushed Gohan to achieve the Super Saiyan form when preparing for the Cell Games. Once Kaba transformed into the Super Saiyan, their fight would begin with the two Super Saiyans fighting. While Kaba is trying his hardest, Goku would hold back, seeing this fight more like training than a fight. After gauging how strong Kaba is, he would compliment him, but say that he does need a lot more training to catch up to any of them from Universe 7. He does say that he and the other Saiyans would be interested to see his home planet, as he chuckles a bit, saying how they are the last remaining Saiyans in their universe. He would proceed to knock out Kaba in one swift punch, winning yet another round for Universe 7. Goku began to wonder if any of these fighters were strong, and soon he would eat those words. After 4 easy matches, Goku waits to see Universe 6's last fighter, with it being Hit. After the match starts, Goku is somewhat taken aback after seeing Hit's very basic fighting stance. He makes the mistake underestimating him, as he would run over to Hit, but in a millisecond, he is punched and sent flying, extremely hurt. He didn't get what had just happened, but whatever Hit did hurt a lot. Noting his mistake of underestimating Hit, he knows not to make the same mistake, as he powers up into his new form that he had acquired during his training under the gods. It is not just Super Saiyan Blue, it is a perfected version of Super Saiyan Blue. You could even call it an evolution. Vegeta and Raditz frown a bit as Goku is about to hog the entire tournament to himself, as they agreed not to use that form. During their time training under Whis, with them being a lot more stronger than the canon timeline, and also having all these strong training partners, the trio will be flying through the godly forms and learn to perfect the form a lot earlier with working together to grow faster. Whis smiles, being pretty happy to see how much they had advanced in such a short amount of time. He would keep his composure, but Goku can see a bit of sweat going down his face. Goku smirks and would rush to hit once again, but this time things are very different. Hit uses his time skip ability, but Goku is fast enough to break through it and see Hit's movements, as he would be able to dodge the attack and even land a punch on Hit, sending him back. Hit is completely shocked. This is the first time ever in his life to fight against someone who has broken his special ability. He didn't think it was ever possible, but this Saiyan from another universe did so with ease. He gives props to Goku, telling him that he is the first ever person to break through his special ability. Goku did compliment Hit with his abilities, as he would say that if he never would have trained with his God of Destruction, he would have no chance against Hit. This sentence would be stuck on Hit's mind for the remainder of the fight. Their battle continued, with Hit still using his time skip ability again and again, but Goku would just keep breaking right through it, as he is much faster than Hit in his Super Saiyan Blue evolution form. Eventually, Hit would begin to get tired out and so damaged that he would be ringed out by Goku after being overpowered. This leaves Champa completely upset, as his whole team was taken out by one fighter from Universe 7. Beerus would laugh at his brother, telling him that Universe 7 is the better universe, as this would anger Champa, as they would about to get into a fight until an unexpected guest would arrive, being Zeno, the god of gods. Immediately, Beerus and Champa stop and bow to Zeno in great fear. Zeno would just scold them, saying that this tournament was against the rules, but he did enjoy it, and it gave him the idea of possibly running a tournament against every universe, which did excite the Saiyans. Also here, Goku would not be really friendly with Zeno, as with Raditz and Vegeta they would make sure that Goku would behave and show respect to Zeno. As quickly as he arrived, Zeno would leave, letting both Beerus and Champa be able to relax. Even though Beerus won, he wished back Champa's Earth, as he did in the normal timeline, as they would all return home, but with Raditz and Vegeta being a little upset with Goku, as he kept all the fun to himself. And that's going to leave it off for now. Tell me how y'all think about the 11th part and how I did with the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 saga. What do y'all think with essentially Goku, Vegeta, and Raditz all having Super Saiyan Blue evolution this early? Will the future timeline still be endangered? Will we see a possible return of future Goten and Bra? What could have happened differently? Leave your thoughts down in the comments down below. I would love to hear them. If y'all are interested and enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be alerted whenever I post another part. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next part. See ya!